Hey there, it's Amelia, and in this video, I'm unboxing a fresh batch of author copies from one of my coloring and activity books. It's the first one in this particular series, and these two are the first and second version, and these are other books in the series. I'll show you exactly how I inspect author copies to make sure they're 100% ready for my customers. Plus, I'll walk you through how I updated the cover in Canva and why this particular version means so much more to me as an author. Now, before I begin, if you find this video helpful, remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Let's get right to it. So I've already slit the box open, and I've said this in other videos. Whenever you open the box, if it's author copies or any kind of books, be very careful. Use a scissor instead of slitting with like a letter opener, which I have done before. When I've done that before, I have actually hit books on the inside, so you want to be careful because you don't want to damage anything. What I was really glad to see in this package is, for the first time, KDP Amazon order had included a piece of cardboard at the very top to protect the book. So I was very happy to see this piece of cardboard. Also, they put ample brown paper to surround the books. So without further ado, I'll show you the 15 copies of this particular coloring and activity book that I ordered, which also has my new cover. So for this order, I ordered 15 copies. Usually I order anywhere from 10, 20, 30 copies, depending on the event or restock need. So let's get into the inspecting of the author copies. So I did want to mention to you that this is the third version of this particular coloring and activity book, and I'll explain why in a moment. So this is the first version, and this is not an author copy. This is a proof copy, and that's why it says not for resale. So the first time you create your cover, definitely order at least one proof copy of your print book. The second version, I also have the proof copy of that. So these are things that you want to check when you're inspecting your author copies and make sure that they are on point for selling to your customers. First, cover alignment. You want to make sure that everything is even and spaced properly, centered, and nothing is crooked. You also want to look at the spine and make sure that if you have any imagery or elements on your spine, that matches up, that maybe it's overlapping. I've had problems with some of my books where I didn't have it right and I had to fix it. That's why it's so important to make sure that everything's aligned according to the template. The back cover is mostly the same, although I did update the images on the back because I updated the cover, and I'm showing the before and after because there's a new coloring page inside that matches with the new cover. And then I have another image where I have the black and white and color, and some thumbnail images are always good to include on the back cover, which is prime real estate. You want to let the potential customer know exactly what is inside your book and why they might like to buy it. Now, in addition to checking the exterior, you also want to check the interior print quality. Make sure that everything is readable and that there's no smudges or crooked pages. Now, with the coloring book, you don't have to worry too much about the edging or the bleed because there is no images up to the edge of the page. But looking through the books is something I know it might seem time consuming, but if you order 15 copies of a book, you want to make sure that you check each book and make sure that everything is on point. So I've gone ahead and checked all the 15 copies inside and out, and they're all perfect and ready to go. Next, I want to talk about why you might want to consider changing your book cover. Now, this is a perfect example because I went through 3 different versions, 3 different covers with this particular coloring and activity book. And it could be a different kind of book. It could be a picture book, a sci-fi book, a novel, whatever it might be. Now, I'll explain to you what happened. So the original first coloring and activity books in this particular series, I was experimenting. So I like this cover a lot, but over time I realized it had a lot of empty space in there. It could be changed up, maybe some additional different kinds of colors. So I did some research and I tried an experiment. I looked at best-selling coloring books in this particular genre that had ABC, coloring, tracing pages, etc. And I modeled this off of several different types of books, similar colors, and I wanted to be more vibrant, and I thought this was it. I thought this was like the best cover ever, but it didn't work out too well, did not help me increase my sales, and over time I had several people tell me and give me their honest opinion that this didn't mesh with the rest of the series, and they were 100% right. My second book in the series, which is Counting and Math with Pasta and Meatballs, has all the characters, including Bella and her mother Mia and the 4 friends. And then for the holiday book, I also have Bella and her friends on the cover. So I thought to myself, it's time to adjust the cover and come up with a new design that meshes with the rest of the series. So I looked at books not only online, but I looked at books that I had saved when my kids were young children. So my vision for the new cover was definitely to include all the characters, to include not 1 but 2 apple trees, and also have it very colorful and all the kids playing in or near the trees, apple picking, etc. So I think my illustrator did an excellent job, and it definitely meshes with the other covers in the series. So branding definitely matters, and your cover is the first thing parents and kids will see. So it needs to reflect your story and your style. Showcasing your characters on the front helps your audience connect with the series. Now I'm going to go behind the scenes and show you exactly how I updated the cover using Canva. So here we are in Canva, and I'm going to go ahead and open up my design. And when I do, you'll see that I have my most recent design. I have a variation where I was playing around with the thumbnails on the back cover. And then I have my version number 2. And if you're brand new to using the Amazon KDP book cover templates, which you'll definitely need to lay out your cover, and the template is beneath here and looks sort of like this, what you'll need to do is go to this particular URL to download your customized template. So you want to fill in all the information, including the type of the binding, paper type, etc. And the trim size is really important, as well as the number of pages. Down here will be dim until you press tab or go to another field until it recognizes that you've filled in all the information. Then you select calculate dimensions. And on this screen, all you have to do to download the template is click here, download template. And once it downloads, you'll end up with a zip file. So you'll want to right click and extract. And then you're going to look in the folder with the extracted files, and you'll end up with a PDF, a pink file, and README text with helpful information. So in Canva, if you're starting a brand new cover, just select upload, select the PDF, and it will instantly create a design, which I've already done here, and it looks like this. And then you would just overlay all your images on top of it. So back to my design. So once my illustrator created the front cover, I imported that image into Canva and then just overlaid it on the front cover. And you'll want to make sure that it's aligned properly on the edge. And what you can do to see the template while you have the image overlaid is just change the transparency temporarily, and then you'll be able to tell if your elements are within the guidelines. For the back cover, I used a solid background image matching the color of the front cover, and then I just have a series of text boxes and imagery that I added to the back cover, and then my cover was finished. Now, to update for my most recent cover, I kept the background mostly as is, except I changed the thumbnails slightly. So originally I had just a few of these images, black and white to color, but I updated those. So I added those here on the back cover. And then to rotate, you just click here and then you'll be able to rotate images. So for the front cover, you can do one of two things. You can use this upload option here and then upload the cover and then drag it to the front. That is once I got rid of this, right? So I would select this and then just hit delete. Of course, I'd like to make a copy of it, just to have a backup of the original. And then I just dragged in the new cover. The other thing you could do is go to the folder where you have this image saved, and rather than upload it in Canva, you can just copy it from the originating folder and then just paste it. And then you might have to do some adjustment and make sure that it matches exactly according to the template. Again, you can change the transparency and see how that looks. The most important thing is that you have everything inside the pink lines. Same thing for the back cover, change the transparency, and you'll be able to tell exactly where your elements are on the page. And you definitely want to leave the reserved space for the barcode over here on the bottom right of the back page. And that's it. And then once you have your images overlaid on the template, then you want to click Share, Download, and you want to download it as a high resolution PDF for your final file that you'll be uploading to KDP. So you want to change that to PDF print, and I'm only going to download the first page, and then change the color profile for printing, CMYK. And that's it. And then click download. That's all there is to downloading your final print cover so that you have the exterior file, front, spine, and back ready to upload on KDP. And one more note about the spine, there's a certain number of pages that you'll need in order to have spine text. And because I reduced the number of pages to 73, I would have to have the font for the spine really tiny, and most of the time with that number of pages it doesn't really recommend or allow you to have spine text. But if you did, then you could just add the spine text, and I'll just move this out of the way just momentarily, but the spine text would have to be in the white area with the sideways text, which you could rotate in Canva, and again that depends on the thickness of your book. So to recap, here's what we covered in today's video: the unboxing and the importance of checking your packaging and the quality of your books. We took a quick look at the behind the scenes in Canva on how you can update or design a cover layout using the KDP template. And finally, a branding tip for this type of series: if you're using your characters on one particular cover, then for the series it makes sense to use the characters consistently. It helps the readers connect with your series. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you found this video helpful, go ahead and smash the like button. And remember to subscribe so you don't miss any new videos. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.